Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a Puerto Rican contemporary romance writer who will be publishing under the pen name Mimi De Leon. And on today's video, I thought that I would talk a little bit about what my work in progress is, what my word count goal for that manuscript is, and when I believe I will be able to finish that manuscript. As I'm working through this manuscript, right now I'm at 40, like a little over 42,000 words, which is really great. My goal is 80,000 words to complete the manuscript, so I'm about halfway there. As I was working on it, as I was working on it the other day, I kind of was thinking that this is crazy. As I was working on it the other day, the thought came to me that this might actually be a trilogy, or I can write it so that this book is actually a trilogy. And I also know that, and it's not the first time that I've thought this, because when I was writing book 2, I thought to myself, I felt like I was rushing it. I felt like I was rushing through it, even though it was only at 65,000 words. I felt like there was so much more to the story that I could add to it. And what I'm realizing is that my writing style isn't really a plot-driven story. It's more a character-driven story. And so for me to really flesh out my characters' change throughout the story, I may need to really slow the stories down so that I'm really fleshing them out. I'm really making them just pivotal to the story and not so much the plot. And so that's kind of where I'm at in my thought process with my current work in progress. Hi, good morning. It is Thursday, October 31st. Happy Halloween for those of you who celebrate spooky season. My heroine of the story, her name is Vanessa Canto. So Vanessa and Diego were friends. They grew up in the same neighborhood, but Vanessa moved out of the neighborhood and they were separated and lost touch for a really long period of time, like decades. And Vanessa, goes on with her life. She's successful. She's dating the most eligible bachelor. He comes from a prominent family. It appears that everything in her world is like perfect. It's what every girl would want, the life that she's living. But for her, something is missing, and she's not quite sure what it is that's missing, but she feels an emptiness, and she just quite can't put her finger on it. Now, Diego is the head of a notorious criminal organization. Their paths cross years later, and Diego is at the top of his game in the underworld. And Vanessa's like, oh my God, it's Diego. So Diego just starts making Vanessa feel all kinds of emotions and starts making her question things. Diego really kind of challenges her, who are you now? I don't even know who you are, because the person that I knew is nothing of the woman that you've become. And at first Vanessa's like, what are you talking about? But then, first of all, wait, Mystic, she's a trip. Hi. You want to make your appearance, baby? This is Mystic, everybody. She's my little buddy. Say hi, because you're on camera. So Vanessa was not offended by what Diego was telling her, but in some way, that made her really think about if what he's saying, if there was any truth to it. And in that love between Diego and Vanessa, which was always there, has reignited and now is growing. Is Vanessa willing to risk it all? She's like so obsessed with boxes. My husband bought her like this plushy sleepy thing, like this little bed for her, and she would not touch it for like the life of her. So I went and just kind of like rubbed it to put my scent on it, and then I put it in the box and just try to like encourage her, and eventually she started sleeping in it, but we can't get rid of the box. Does anybody else have cats who are like obsessed with boxes? Let me know in the comment below. Yesterday I wrote 2,221 words. Yes. And so I knew that I needed about 3,000, a little over 3,000 words to hit my goal. And so today I only have to really write 1,351 words to reach my goal, which I could definitely do. Even if it's gonna take me all day, I'm gonna get it done. And hopefully I'll have like a better writing session. I know that the scene that I left off of yesterday was starting to feel really good. I started to find like my flow. So I'm going to reread what I wrote, and then hopefully I'll be able to kind of capture that essence that I was feeling as I was writing it, and just bang out these next 1,300 words. So I'll check in with you guys after I do my sprint. I like to do or utilize the Pomodoro method, which is work for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. That helps me to kind of make sure that I'm writing and I'm staying on task and I'm staying focused. So I'll check in with you guys. Okay, so first sprint done. I managed to get 350 words. I managed to get 350 words written, so I'm excited about that. I'm just a little under 1,000 from hitting my word count goal for the month of October, so let's keep writing. Okay, so here's a quick check-in. I have just finished my 3rd sprint. I'm taking another 5-minute break. I skipped a break between the 2nd sprint and the 3rd sprint. And right now I have 1,102 words written in this session. So I'm only 250 words shy of hitting my monthly goal. So I'm really excited about that. I know that I can finish it in this next round of sprints. And then I think what I'm gonna do is once I'm done and I hit my goal, I'm gonna shift gears and I'm going to figure out what November is gonna look like. I'm going to a conference in 2 weeks. So that means there's gonna be a week of writing that most likely isn't gonna get done. So if I wanna make sure that I'm hitting my target of finishing this manuscript by the 31st of December, I need to kind of figure out how many words I need to write in the month of November so that I'm on track, including those days that I'm gonna be missing, which is probably gonna be like a week if I'm really being honest with myself, because the traveling, going there, coming home, I'm sure the next day after traveling, I'm gonna be tired. I usually am. So I'm probably looking at like maybe 8 days of writing that I'm not gonna get done. And then you're talking Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'm doing good, feeling good, words are flowing. I'm still writing kind of like a filler scene, but I'm enjoying this scene. And you know, those creative juices are definitely just springing forth, and I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna keep plugging away, and then I'll check in for the last sprint, or I will check in after the last sprint. Guys, I did it. I managed to write 1,392 words. I reached my goal of 21,263 words. So I went over my word count by like 40 words. I'm so excited about that. You don't even understand. It was such a struggle this week to get those words written. And I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it, to get it, you know, waking up knowing yesterday that I had like 3,000 over 3,000 words that I needed to write. And that's hard to try to write that many words in a few days. But I did it. I just kept pushing through. And yeah, so win for me. I'm gonna get something to eat because I'm hungry. And then I'm gonna take a minute, maybe watch some YouTube, see what author tubers are, you know, if they dropped anything, what they're up to, and then shift gears and start planning for November. So I did it. Okay. So Mystic was sleeping. She was in her little house doing her little kneading, you know, of her little pillow. And I finished my lunch and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like start my planning. And then who comes over here? Ella. She's my little shadow. She follows me everywhere in the house. My husband says I spoiled her. I admit I have spoiled her, but she's so freaking cute. Like how can I not spoil her? But anyway, let's get back to let's get to what is really the purpose of this video, because Mystic is not it. All right, I used the Legend Planner. I have been using the Legend Planner now on and off for several years. I started out doing bujos. I was a bullet journal girl, and then I segued to the Passion Planner. And I still use the Passion Planner, but I use the Passion Planner digitally. But I realized after doing digital planning for a while that I really needed something. I needed a physical planner because I'm such a visual person. So I needed to kind of see, you know, just pick it up, open it, see what's on my agenda, my to-do, because it just wasn't happening on my iPad. Like, it's, you know, that it's like that whole out of sight, out of mind thing. So you guys want to hear something funny? My my weekly word goal for this week is 7,500. Yeah, I have to get 7,500 by Sunday because I do like Monday through Sunday planning, and we just already know how hard it was to get 3,000. But then again, I'm halfway there. So maybe not. Maybe it's not as difficult as I'm making it seem. We'll see. All right, so November. Let's flip and then let's turn on the iPad because I also have my Passion Planner on my iPad. So November. How many days? Okay, I'm gonna give myself 20 working days. I'm eliminating the Saturday before I leave to go to Vegas, and then obviously the Monday after I return, just to kind of recoup. So 20 days, 1,500 words a session times 20 days. That would give me 30,000 words. And if that gives me 30,000 words, that means I would be at 70,000 total in the manuscript. I would be on track to finish my manuscript by December 31st. 1,500 words in 20 days, I can do that. And that's 1,500 words is being conservative. Like I think on average, maybe 1,200. Maybe 1,500 is being a little like outrageous. Let's see, 1,200 times 20, that's 24,000 words. Again, that would put me at close to 70,000 with still enough wiggle room in December. Can I do 20,000? And yeah, I could do 20,000 in December. All right, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna say we have 20 writing days and we're gonna shoot for a minimum of 1,200 words, 24,000 words in the month of November, with a week's worth of not being able to write. Now, if I happen to find time to write while I'm at the conference, then I definitely will, but I got this. I got this. It's such a nice breeze. We seldom get these days. Like, I'm loving loving the fall weather here in Florida, while my family and my friends are freezing their butts off back at home. But it is what it is. It's gorgeous. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and watching my struggle in trying to, and my win really, because it was a win, of being able to hit my word count goal. I'm gonna end the vlog here because I'm actually gonna start another video for next week. So just be on the lookout for that. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.